Hi, yogis in Yogi Land. Sunset Yoga with Scott up here at the Overlook at the Little Mulberry Park in Auburn. So before we come, just come up to the mat and just we're gonna do some pelvic rotations. So just and your legs, however far apart, it's up to you. Before we sit down, we're gonna do some. Okay. Then we're gonna go to. Okay, and now we're gonna twist to the leg that's coming forward. So I'm twisting to my right, I'm twisting to my left. Okay? And just let your arms just be relaxed. Now, side to sides. Inhalation up, exhalation to the side. We have, they're called planes. So we have our side to side planes. We have our forward and back. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna do an exhalation when we come down. So we have our back bend. And then we're gonna do our side to sides again. And then we're gonna do some more hip rotations. And then we're gonna bring it down now. To get ready for our alternate nostril breath. It's our meditation and tune in. So while we're sitting here, we're going to do some circles here also. That's what makes yoga the therapy, it's like, because we're working on, we can also work if you just have an issue, we can still do yoga and actually get better, right? So I hope that's one of the answers to the question of why you showed up today. I always put the question for the theme is, what brought you to the mat? Now, we're going to just tune in here a little bit. If you have an oil at home, please, we're going to get ready for we're going to do some flower rotations before we get into our Aloma Viloma breath. The alternate nostril. Okay. And keep that fragrance throughout your class. We're going to come into quite a bit of flowers. And when you rub it like this, you actually get the fragrance to come out more. And then we're going to bring the fingers and look in a prayer, hand in a prayer, the fingertips together. Then we just curl the fingertips under and come out. And we're going to sweep back, and you get your flower rotations. And it's your practice, be it whatever flower you want to be. Okay? And while we're here, we're going to do some neck rotations. I got a heavy pinwheel, a little bit windy, but it's not blowing it, not moving. Go, rotate the head the other way. Okay, and then we'll do some half circles, left to right, right to left. And let's do some eye rotations. We haven't done them in a while. So we're gonna do look up, look right, look down, look left, look up, right, down, left. So just circle the eyes at your own pace. And when we get down to the bottom, just look down for 3 breaths here. Now we're going to rotate right, top, left, bottom, right, top, left, bottom. When we get to the right, look right, like a perpendicular. So see if you can see the right corner of your mat. Great. Now come down, go left, go up. Do like 3 rotations here. Then when you get up, you're gonna look up for 3 breaths. Okay. Now we're gonna look left, look down, look right, look up, look left, down, right, up. Now look left. And now we're going to rub our hands and we're going to cover our eyes. Just like a cup. You want to do it with you want to get the friction of the heat. 5 breaths here. Okay, great. And then we'll rub our face. Okay. And our head, and actually we'll very lightly just tap ourselves here. And let's just come down the whole body and just tap ourselves here. And now we're going to come back into some more flower rotation. And yes, I really enjoy this one because we're going to do our meditation into our practice. So let's come into our flower rotation. And now, what I like to do is we're going to have our fingers, the thumb, the ring and the center finger can come down. And I like to put it the Jung chakra. The traditional way is the index, the center finger come down. You got the thumb and you got your ring and the pinky. So the thumb would be right nostril and the ring and pinky left nostril and alternate nostril. The breath that we have our exhalation out of, we have an inhalation. So, and then you can add like a slight pause when you go to the other side. So just play here, and we're gonna do 10 breaths. So I'm gonna guide you for a little bit, then we're gonna go on our own, because your breaths might be a little bit different than mine. Okay? But I just love putting the Ajahn chakra here, and then plus we have the fragrance in our hand, and that really helps us because we're doing a meditation and de-stressing here, and it's a lot of amazing things going on. Okay, so we're gonna end the breaths. You just want to come up to fill up the chest, a Durga breath, and we're gonna exhalation out the left nostril. Inhalation left. Pause here. Exhalation right. Breath in. Pause. Exhalation left. Inhalation. Pause. Exhalation right. Inhalation right. Exhalation left. Okay, jump pace. Last one. Okay. And then we're going to do some more of our rotations here. They cooled off a lot, so we don't have to do the cooling breath unless you want to. Where you bring the air over the tongue and out the nose. Okay. And we're going to get ready to touch the shoulders and drop it to the right. Raise the arms up and drop to the left. Okay. And now we're kind of to come and get ready for our cat-cows now. Remember, in our cat-cows, we're going to put our 2 fingers behind our neck here and just reach up, but don't squeeze the fingers. Just to barely touch it. So it's almost like your eyes are just to the top of your mat. And while we're here, let's do some more pelvic rotation. Okay. And we'll do our cat-cows. And then we're going to do our sunbird. I'm going to bring the right heel to the booty and the left fingertips to my shoulder and kick out. And that's our alignment. Inhalations here. Exhalations, drop the knee, drop the hand. Inhalation, the right arm and the left leg extend. Okay. Extend the left hand, right leg. Inhalation, exhalation. It's your own pace. I'm trying to add some elegance here. One more time. And then we'll do our pelvic rotations. And go down. Okay. Now we're gonna come into our puppy, and the puppy is we're just gonna tilt back a little bit, almost like a child pose. The hands are reached out, one full handprint towards you. Curl the toes under, and we're gonna lift up into our dog. And now we're here for our flashes fasciitis. We're gonna inhalation up a heel, exhalation one side down. One at a time, the heels come down. Now we're going to walk our hands up to our feet. And we're going to come into a forward fold here. And we have buoyancy. We don't lock out. We just... And the inhalations are elongations and exhalations are deepen into the asanas here. And you can put your hands on your elbow like this. And actually, while I just see, we can do a side to side twist. And now we're going to touch the shoulders and come into extend from elbow, forearm, our spirit of ecstasy, and look forward. Sweep the arms up. Come into a back bend here. And now we got some flower rotations here. And we're going to shrug your shoulders backwards, like, and forward. Okay. And while we're here, we'll do some more pelvic rotation. And now we're going to come into our pinwheels. So pinwheeling is just the arms come forward. So we have our pinwheel here. Okay. Now we're going to rotate that back. And just get the synovial fluids in our shoulders going here. And now we work the mind a bit because we're going to bring the left arm forward. You can bring it forward for a rotation or so, and then bring the right the opposite. And then we're going to rotate that. The right arm comes forward and the left comes back. Okay? And now we are coming into our first sun salutations. Okay? So we're going to pinwheel our arms up. Come back, rotate the arms back, come up, you're going to step back. We don't do the hop back in my class, we just step back. So we're going to step back into, the warrior is very important, and it gives me great pleasure where we can add the warrior in our class. So we step back, remember we don't lock out, and those of you that hyperextend, just have that, remember this is buoyancy. Okay, and we have our knee. Make sure you can see your toes. Alignment is where the hips are vertical to your mat, and always at the shoulders. And we brush the cheek, and use your. Actually, this is good too. Come into our thumb, and then just extend up. Now, I have the heel down because, of course, I have an amazing practice. If you have a hard time dropping the heel, just stay up here to our Ananjeti, okay? Drop down, heel, warrior. Ananjeti, the heel's up. It's your practice, just whatever you feel. There'll come in time if you want. If it doesn't happen, don't worry, because an Ananjeti it's an asana, so it's your preference. Okay? Elegantly and essentially, we bring the hands to the mat. Okay? And step back. Step back. Step back with the left. And we're in our dog here. Inhalation forward, drop the knees, drop the forearm, and we're going to lead, just tilt back a little bit with your booty, and lead with your chin to the top of your mat, and come into our Bhujangasana. This is our first, this is a very important asana in yoga, so we're going to do 10 breaths here. I don't get much into the Ujjayi breath. The Ujjayi breath is in your nose, out the nose. I feel when your practice will take you there, and we're going to get into some workshops on that. Just regular breaths are fine. So don't look for perfection. It will come in time. Now, let's grow our puppy. So our puppy, will put our hands right by the shoulder. The back of the palm is by the shoulders, and just drop down. And we're going to take the whole torso on inhalation. Tuck the toes under. handprint towards you. And now we're in our dog. Raise up with the right. Step up with the left. Touch the shoulders, come into our spirit of ecstasy. Sweep the arms back, come to our back bend. And now we're going to come into our, flower rotations. Okay. And now we're going to pinwheel the arms forward here. And then come back. The left arm comes up. Step back with the left. Okay. Our warrior one. Warrior Anujeti. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right. Come into our dog. Inhalation forward, drop the knees. And lead with the chin. Inhalation here. And now come back into our... Let's come into our dog here. I gotta get a cordless setup somehow, eventually. Our dog. Raise the left leg up, step up with the left, step up with the right, and come into our spirit of ecstasy. Sweep the arms forward. And come into our flower rotations. I'm moving around the mat because I just want to make sure that you see me. Just you're front of the mat, just that way. At least you won't get confused of things. Pinwheel the arm again. The right arm comes up. Step back with the right. Come into our warrior. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. Now, we're going to hit on here a bit, but those of you who want to drop the knees, please drop the knees. A little bit more challenges. Inhalation, we're going to come into like a plank. This is our Utthita Chaturanga. Inhale here. Exhalation, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise the right leg up, and we're going to do some rotations here. We're going to add a little bit more elegance here. And we're going to flip the dog. I'm going to show you a modification for those that can't flip the dog. Just put the left knee down and just lean it's like a Parigrihasana. Okay? And drop down like that. That's the modification. And those of us that are going to flip the dog, we're going to look over under our left underarm, and we're going to drop that foot, and then we come into a flip in the dog. Step back up. And that's a very elegant move, either which one you do. Inhalation, you can drop the knees or come down, Chaturanga, exhale, inhale up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step up with the right, step up with the left, come into our spirit of ecstasy, come into our back bend here, come into our flower rotations. Great. And now we're going to pinwheel the arms forward, come back. The left arm comes up, step back with the left into our warrior one. Okay, that's why we have buoyancy, so you don't lose your footing, right? Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right. And now we're going to lift up the left leg. or you know your modification by dropping the right knee. And then we're going to look underneath the right underarm here, and then flip the dog here. Three breaths there. Come up, back into our dog. And we're going to come back and do some hip rotations here. In and out, both sides. Come back up, drop down, to our dog. Inhalation, Utthita Chaturanga, or you drop into the Zenasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now I'm going to walk up the feet to the hands. Come into our spirit of ecstasy. Come into our back bend here. Flower rotations. Okay. And now we're going to have it on here a little bit to our warrior sequence. So let's just roll the shoulders forward and back. Pinwheel the arms forward. Pinwheel back. The right hand comes up, step back with the right. Come to our warrior one. Step this up. We're going to do a pelvic exercise here. Come into our raise the heel in our Ananjali. And now, if the challenge is here, it's a pelvic exercise here. Drop the right heel to the right side of the mat the best you can. And then come into, see if you can settle down into a warrior position here. Okay, great. Come back up into our Ananjali. Drop down to our warrior one. Now we're going to open up to our warrior two, right? Because you might be home, you want to know if your alignment is right. You bring the fingertips, but now we're parallel with the mat. You can brush the body, like the fingertips, the shoulder, and just come out. And now we flip the palm. Work here. And you'll see, if you go to yoga studio, you see a lot of this and that. So this, when you flip the palm, it helps you to find alignment. These are ways for you to find your alignment. And we are doing asanas, so we're not freezing. Pose down, alone. Okay, so now bring the right hand down. And now we're going to come into our warrior de elegance. And our warrior de elegance, just get the elbow out. A little bit more out is elegant, is very elegant. Open up back into our warrior two. And very elegantly, we're going to put this left elbow on top of the left knee, and we're going to pinwheel the arm here. 3 one direction, 3 the other direction, and wherever, try not to put so much weight onto the knee. Wherever you feel comfortable, your reach. Come back up into our warrior de elegant. Open up into our warrior two. And now, gonna squiddle that right leg up a little bit. We're exhaling down. We're coming to our Trikonasana. The left hand leads, the right hand follows. And we come down. And this one, you make sure you have buoyancy here, because it's kind of like the leg is straight, but not locked straight. Okay. So the back of the hand is to the inside of near the ankle there, and just I like to brush for alignment. Just brush the body, and like it's the elbows come up, raise the forearm, and you really be concentrate on the buoyancy here. Come back into our warrior D elegant. Open up into our warrior 2. Come into our warrior 1. And now we're going to Parvarita our Parsvankasana by this right elbow comes to the outside of that left leg, and I have to look away from you. Come back up into our warrior D elegant. Open up into our warrior 2. And now we're going to come into our Parsvantasana. By, you can just squiddle in a little bit. We're going to add you can do a mudra here by lifting up the elbows and the forearm comes up. You can bring the hands to the elbows. And if you have it deep enough or you have the physique to do it, bring the hands in prayer position, and we're going to be exhaling over the left leg, so the left thumb will be over the right thumb, okay? It's your preference, it's your practice. I'm just a guide to help you in your practice. Okay, you're going to do a slight back bend here. I gotta make sure this wire is very thin. Inhalation here, exhalation over the left leg. Come back into a slight back bend here. Actually, so now we're going to drop the right hand down and we're coming to our warrior D elegant. Open up into our warrior 2. Come to our warrior 1. And now we're going to very elegantly bring the hands to the mat and step back into our dog. Inhalation. You may drop the knees or come down in your chaturanga. Inhale up Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale out of Mukha Svanasana. Raise the left leg up. Step up with the left. Step up with the right. Come into our spirit of ecstasy. Come into our back bend here. And now we're going to come into our other side. Now, step back with the left leg. Come into our warrior 1. Open up into our warrior 2. If you ever see me in class, I always do this because we're doing asanas. So now drop back into our warrior D elegance. Open back up into our warrior 2. Now bring the left elbow on top of the right elbow on top of the right, and we're going to pinwheel the arms here. And wherever you feel your reach is, 3 breaths. Come back into our warrior D elegant. Now squiddle the left leg in. Now we're going to come back into our, actually, no, we're doing our Trikonasana. The right hand leads, the left hand follows. I just want to make sure we got our buoyancy here, because especially me, it's getting a little windy out here. It's very easy to get knocked over. Come into our Trikonasana. 5 breaths. Come back into our warrior the elegant. And now we're going to come into our Parvantasana. So now we're going to be exhaling over the right leg, so the right thumb will be over the left thumb. If you come into the prayer, it took me many years to do this, so I got to show you what goes on when you do have a practice. Nobody's better than anybody. We all showed up. Inhalation here, exhalation over the right leg. Okay. Come back into our slight back bend here. Drop the left arm, come back into our warrior the elegant. Open up to our warrior 2. Come into our warrior 1. And now we're going to bring the left, show you this time. Bring the left elbow outside the to our Pavarita Parsvankasana. Okay. And then we'll come back into our warrior the elegant. Open up back into our warrior 2. Come into our warrior 1. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right. Come into our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale here into our Utthita Chaturanga, or your modification. Inhale up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step up with the left. Step up with the right. Come into our spirit of ecstasy. Come into our back bend here. Do flower rotations. And now we're going to come into our Utkatasana. I don't add the Utkatasana after the sun salutations. I feel I can give it. There's so much you can do in an Utkatasana, so I like to do it before we get into our balance. But actually help us to get into our balance. So the Utkatasana is like the warrior arms, and it's like the warrior legs, but both legs. And the width it's your width. So it's your practice. Feel where you feel comfortable. Remember, inhalations are elongations, exhalations are deepening. Here, we're going to hug ourselves here. And this is the one breath that we are going to massage the ears and be in a Utkatasana stance, okay? And we do 5 breaths when we get down to the earlobe. And now give yourself a hug here, is proven to give you the, proven to connect the mind and the body. Yes, okay. Now we are coming into our balancing sequence of our class. So let's come into some more pelvic rotations here. And then we're going to figure out what asana we're going to do. Well, it's kind of windy. And I'd like to do our tree. So the tree is I love doing the tree when it's windy. It's a bit challenging. So figure out what leg you want to balance on. And when we do the pelvic rotations, that will kind of help us to where we want to go. So now I'm going to put my weight on my left. Remember we're not locking it out. So, and we have the buoyancy. Now, my right leg is tippy toe here. And you can be right here, right on your tippy toes. Bring the hands to prayer here. I like to just keep it on the lower shin there. On the inside, between the knee and ankle. You feel comfortable to bring it up to your groin and the upper knee, but just stay away from the knee. It's your preference. It's your practice. We are going to now. I like to put the right hand on my left leg, so I have my inside of my right knee, and I'm giving a little pressure to widen it out. I'm coming here with my left and raising here. And we're going to do 15 breaths. And it's a bit challenging with the wind. And as you move your hand where you feel you want it to be. And you can move to the right. Move like the wind is blowing you into whatever direction. Okay? Great. And now do a pelvic rotation on our way down to a forward fold. And there's a very important forward fold. We'll do 5 breaths here. And then we'll rotate up again with the pelvic and set up for the other side. So, got my weight on my right leg, left leg's in my tippy toe here. Remember that you have that buoyancy will also help you to have that. I don't know why my pinwheel's not spinning. 15 breaths wherever you feel. Okay, great. And do some more pelvic rotations down. And come up the opposite way. Okay, now we have another flower. We're going to come into our malasana. We're transition now to our closing part of our seated part of our class. So close up here. Okay. Now, the malasana is like a utkatasana, a little bit shoulder width down, and on exhalation, come into your flower. Okay. And my favorite, I like to drop my left hand to the mat and swing up with my right. Come back into our flower here for 3 breaths. Drop the right hand down and raise up with the left. Sweep up with the left. Come back into our flower here. And now we're gonna come into our Padmasana. It's very important. Here. And we'll do some circles here. If you're at home and your knees are a little high, you can sit on the block. And we got our little vinyasa flow here. Okay, now bring this elbow to your belly and drop down. And put our fingers in our toes here. Okay. And this, the fingers in the toe actually help with the bunions. Bring the left under and we drop it down. This will get the synovial fluids in our hip going. And now we're going to bring the outside of the foot up to the left ankle and give a hug here. And now we're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right hand to the inside. Then we're going to come into a compass. And the compass, I'm leaving the left hand to the outside and the right hand comes down. And try to look underneath your arm here. And this is for that electromagnetic fields. Now, we're going to put the left in front and bring your left elbow to your belly and drop it down and put the left shin on top of that. Fingers into the left foot now. Okay. Bring both hands, bring the right form and drop it. Get like a circular motion going. And bring it up to the right elbow. Hug it in here. Right hand to the outside, left hand to the inside. Drop the left hand. Great. And now we're going to come into our Janu-Shirsasana. So just go and come into our Dandasana here. Your fingers come to your booty. And now we're going to have the fingertips to the top of the mat. And we're going to press up into our Parsvantasana. And the toes come down to the toes come to the ground as best they can. Now drop the booty. Come back into our forward fold. We're going to do 10 breaths here because this is a very important asana here. Paschimottanasana, the forward fold. And since I'm facing you, I'm going to hug in the right knee to the chest here. And I'm going to drop it and we're setting up for our Janu-Shirsasana. And we're going to do the left leg. I'm exhaling over the left leg. The left leg is centered on the mat. Concentrate on the shin going with this right leg. This again, remember the breaths are your elongations and exhalations you deepen in. These asanas here really will help you experience that. We are going to do 10 breaths. When we come into it, the left hand leads, the right hand follows. So let's come down. And you'll know when you keep rotating that right shin, will help you come down. Then reach to the toes. You can also have the knee raised. There's a gap here. And on exhalation, see if you can close that gap. That's another way to help you come into your alignment. And And now my favorite. We're going to open up to the left of the mat to our Pavarita Janu Shirsasana, and that is really, really, really experience the settling in. I'm going to touch the shoulders here with the right and reach over. 10 breaths. See how close the left elbow comes to the inside of that left knee. See how in 10 breaths how close your fingers are to the toes. Okay, and now we're going to drop the right hand down. We're going to do something a little bit more elegant. We're going to swing back with this left arm, just reach back, and then we're going to sweep up. Okay. 2 and 3. Always like they that in. Now we're going to move along here. There's so much fun here we could be doing. I'm gonna look away to the left side. We're gonna twist to the left now. If you're welcome to stay here, if you have it, and you're gonna bring the right foot over to the left side, hug it with the left, and I'm gonna give my yogis a wave. I'm so proud you showed up, and drop the right hand down. Remember to have a little buoyancy here. You can just stay here, or you may raise up and bring that left elbow outside the right knee. And look over to the right side. 10 breaths here. This is a Marichi asana, very important asana here. Now extend the right. We're going to come into a Dandasana here. Bring the fingers to the back and come back into our Parsvantasana for 5 breaths. Raise the arms up and come into our Paschimottanasana for 5 breaths here. Okay. Now we're going to hug in the right knee. And now we're going to do our Janu Shirsasana. I've been with you for a while, so I'm sure I don't have to face you on this side, right? Same. Concentrate on that left shin rolling forward. The right touch the shoulders for alignment. Raise up, inhalation, exhalation. Remember the gap. 10 breaths here. And now, Yogi Tolak. The Yogi Tolak is your index in your center, and we open up to the right side of the mat. Left elbow comes inside the left knee. The right elbow inside the right knee. The left fingers touch the shoulder, and we reach over. Okay, great. And now bring up this right knee. I'm going to look to the right. Now we're going to bring the left foot over. The right hand hugs in. And I'm going to face away from us. To deepen, I'm going to raise my right arm up and bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. We're doing 10 breaths here. Great. Extend the left leg. Come into our Dandasana. And the toes stay flexes. The toes come up towards your shin. Then we're going to add another Parsvantasana here. And get ready for our close of our class by hugging the knees in. And we're just going to do our pelvic rotations here. And rotate the other. Okay. And we're going to roll forward and back and come into we're going to add a Navasana on here. The boat. Come up and you feel if you have to come here, you're hugging yourself, so this is all good. You want to be the heels touch, and if you can get the heel off a little bit and hug yourself, that's all good. Can bring the hands to by the knees here. I mean, you feel you have your alignment, and you're welcome to let go. Come back down. And we're going to do some more pelvic rotations here. And we're going to come into another Navasana. And 5 breaths here. Great. Now we're going to come in to our close of our class now. Coming into our shoulder stand here. And this shoulder stand is you bring the hand up to the booty and walk your hands wherever you feel comfortable to. And you just want to make sure you can breathe. And we're going to drop back to our Halasana. And now we're going to come down very, very gently and come into our we're going to flap our wings here to whatever insect you want to be. I got butterflies, I got dragonflies, and I love bumblebees. So whatever you want, wings you want to be, just flapping, fly around my magical garden here. And you just want to we'll do passive inhalations and forceful exhalations for 10. Okay, great. And come back into our shoulder stand here. Come back into another Halasana. And come down very, very gently. And come down. And now we are going to come into our back bend. So what we're going to do is, this is standard in my class because it's a fountain of youth asana here. So it'll be very, very, very important to add this in our practice. The transition is from rotation to the wrist. We have the legs, which is windshield wipers. And we're going to do a little pelvic exercise here by placing their hands, a little pressure, and go side to side. Okay? Now, when we're ready, so that's the transition. We're just going to put our hands here and come into the wheel. This is documented, proven to reverse our age. So, this is why I do what I do. And it gives me great pleasure to show you this. So in inhalation, we're going to lift up. Come down. And those of you that find it a bit challenging, just come up to our, just raise your booty and come back down. Okay? Take a breath here, come back down. And just play here. There's, like I say, I'm just a guide. There's modifications. You can clasp your hands underneath. And one more time. And come back down. Great. Hold the knees in. And we're going to come back into another shoulder stand here. Drop back to Halasana. And very, very gently and elegantly, we are coming down to the close of our class here. Okay. We're going to come into our Matsyendrasana. Put your booty on your hands and just come down. And then for 5 breaths here. And just come into our final relaxation. Breathe. Break the breaths here. In the mouth, out the mouth. Or you can do in the mouth, out the nose. In the nose, out the mouth. In the mouth, out the mouth. We're going to do a tension and release here. We're going to wiggle the right toes. And wiggle the ankle. Big breath in. Durga breath as we fill up the whole chest to the stomach. And we're going to release the shin and the whole upper, the gluteus of the right leg. Like a tension and big breath. Excellent. Big breath, big exhalation. Now we're going to come to our pelvic area here. Big breath. Now we're coming down the left leg from the upper part of the leg to the knee, to the shin, to the ankle, foot, toes. Big breath. Exhalation. Great. And now we're going to do the whole chest area here. Up stomach to the chest. Big breath. Exhalation. Now we're going to do both arms at the same time now. We're going to wiggle the fingers, the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the ankles, the elbows, the triceps. Big inhalation. Squeeze the hands. Exhalation. Now we're going to do the face. And we'll wiggle the face and the eyes. And exhalation. Great. Just stay right here. And I'm ending my class now with our pose of infinity. So I'm going to roll away from you. Over here, see if you can yogi toe lock your toe to your toe, and we're going to kick up here, and then we're going to roll to the left side. You can put your left hand on your head here. 3 breaths, and then we're going to do that on the other side. Okay? And now we're going to come into our Padmasana, our closing of our class, the chants. And we're going to wrap this up here. And our Om. So we Om. If you don't like the Om, you can Om fine. And we're just, there's lymph nodes in our pituitary glands and the pineal glands. So you just want to, that's Om, and also this spurts that, okay? And since I had so much fun, I'll do a fun Om. Okay. Right? It's very challenging to get people to now, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the words and actions of my teachings contribute to the health and well-being of you. Namaste, my warriors. Gave me great pleasure to speak this class to you.